Their story began in a non-traditional way, unable to see each other in person for the first few months. Juggling work, kids, and distance, they got to know each other over the phone and text. Finding time to see each other wasn't easy. They were each full-time parents to 2 daughters. They lived 40 minutes away from each other. Drew was preparing for an upcoming deployment, and Michelle had many vacations and activities already calendared for the year.
Classic.
They were determined to make it work. And as any good love story goes, it became obvious their distance and schedule challenges were no match for this love.
I've known Michelle since we bonded over our love of Paula Abdul, and unfortunately the same guy in the 7th grade. We became fast friends despite the innocent love triangle that thankfully only ended poorly for him. We have played some of the biggest roles in each other's lives. We shared all of the biggest moments together that have brought many tears and even more laughter. I remember our turn and burn trips to Mexico, where your dad would drop us off across the border and come back 2 days later to pick us up. Exactly. That's freaking crazy.
18 years old.
I look back on some of our times now as a mother and wonder, how did we ever survive? And what the hell were our parents thinking? God, I hope our kids never do what we did. We may have to ground them for the next 20 years. Or at least my babies. The memories of our lives together could be a movie reel, fitting for every category from drama to comedy, adventure, and even a little bit of horror if we count some of the earlier years of trying to figure life out. I watched you grow from a girl into a woman, from a woman into a mother and a wife, and I'm so proud to call you my best friend, and also my family. So Drew, I guess that makes us family now. I knew you were the one for Michelle when her response to a night out with girlfriends was, I just want to be in my new home with Drew and the girls. I don't think I've ever heard those words come out of Michelle's mouth. For anyone who knows Michelle, you know she is always down for an adventure and will move mountains to make it happen. Drew, you have brought a calmness and comfort into Michelle's life. I see how you dote on her. See? Told you I'd get it in there. I see how you dote on her and her girls. You're truly a caretaker. As her friend, I can be protective and was maybe a little hesitant to believe that this guy from the Midwest could really be legit. I had to make sure you had no ulterior motives. You have proven your truth over the past 2 years. I can see that Drew just truly loves Michelle. Drew and Michelle have blended a beautiful family today, and with so many girls, Drew, I wish you luck. There could not be a better man for the role, but I will let you keep the luck for the days when the estrogen takes over. But seriously, the two of you together just make sense. I love you two together. We celebrate with you today and surround you with love, strength, laughter, and hope for the brightest future together. So please raise your glass with me in wishing Drew and Michelle a happy, successful, and strong marriage to lots of love and patience.
prepared. Michelle, you may not know that about me. Just write that down. So, you know, my wife always gives me crap for procrastinating and not writing a speech. So 30 minutes ago in the bathroom, I wrote this speech. You know, I also Googled, like, you know, this is my first best man speech, so sorry about that. But what to include, what not to include. Said keep it short, you know, so. But the good thing about this, it's just a brief speech. All the stuff that they said not to include is in the bottom half. That's all the stuff I wasn't supposed to say. So Drew, I'll spare you that. Drew and I have been together for quite a long time in Lemoore. We had to part ways. Almost got a chance to bro-locate with him down in Magoo, but my detailer had other options. So Michelle, I kind of wanted to let you know what you're going to get with Andrew, Andy, Drew, Buck, GTL, Gym Tan Laundry, if you guys don't know what that stands for. Buck Nasty, or was it? Buck Nasty. Or Nasty Buck. Either way, there's a dollar sign instead of the S. Man of so many names. More recently, Lieutenant Commander, so congratulations on that. Right. It's extremely hard to make lifelong friends in the military. Friends come and go, and you easily lose contact. The true test of friendship is a contact that's made after departure. Drew and I have definitely stayed in contact. Of all the friends I've acquired through my military career, Drew is the only one that I've actually kept in close contact with. I would consider anyone else an acquaintance. He has been there for me for my darkest of days, and I've been there with his. He's helped me regain self-confidence, appreciate my true value, and I can only offer to you, Michelle, my experiences that I've had with Drew. You are getting a loyal best friend for life. The kind of friend that cares about your health enough to contact your doctor and arrange strenuous, uncomfortable, and disgusting diagnostic tests that he thinks you're in need of. These tests may even have you curl up in the fetal position, crying yourself to sleep. I'll spare you the details, but just use your imagination, okay? I don't know if you remember that, Drew. I do. So I'll advise you also to question any photo you receive from Drew. He's actually a master at Photoshop. He took one of my coworkers' cruise book photos, which is a professional photo, and made him look like the bowling champion in Kingpin, and distributed that throughout the entire ship, which is a couple thousand people. No big deal. I've seen his work. Yeah, it's pretty good. You're also getting a hardcore prankster. In addition to that, if you find yourself in a room hearing voices at the ends of day on the verge of contacting a priest to cleanse your home, fear not. It is most likely a mechanical device Drew planted in an inconspicuous place in the event to make you feel like you're on the next episode of Paranormal Activity. Again, my personal experiences with Drew. Most of all, you're getting a lifelong companion. You're entering also into a military spouse club. It takes a tough person to hold up to the curveballs the military throws you and your family. But from what Drew tells me about you, this should be no obstacle. Drew is a dedicated husband, a devoted father, and a face and a personality you will never get tired of. With this, I'd like to propose a toast. Where's my drink? Oh, right there. All right. Drew, thank you for giving me the honor of being your best man, being part of this amazing wedding. I wish you both a life of happiness and good fortune to both of you. Cheers.
I didn't know what to expect on our first date when you walked up with your tight jeans, your cowboy boots, and your slight Minnesota accent. I had never dated anyone in the military before, and I wasn't sure what all those Navy acronyms meant. It was honestly strange how many things we had in common. It felt like you were the male version of me. From our love of music and records to each having 2 daughters, one of each with even the same name, our love of camping, the holidays, traveling, and all things vintage. I knew you were an amazing dad right away. We were both so excited to share funny stories about our daughters and our past travels. It felt like the perfect match from the very beginning. I loved your girls from the first time I met them, and once our daughters met, everything fell into place so naturally. We felt like a family almost immediately. It was meant to be. You told me from the very beginning you were kind of a big deal, and now I know you weren't lying. Although I pick on you sometimes, standing here today, I feel like the luckiest woman in the world.
You got this.
I can't believe I get to call you my husband from this day forward. Although it took us some time to find each other, I know without a doubt you're the love of my life. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think I'd find a man as loving, loyal, generous, kind, and as handsome as you. Anyone who knows you well knows you have a heart of gold. I have to flip the page. Thank you for being such a great role model to our daughters and for accepting my girls into your heart. I remember the day they told me you were a keeper, which I already knew, but it melted my heart to hear them say it. You love me exactly the way I am, and you're always my biggest supporter. And you've shown me more love in these 2 years than I could ever ask for. You're my best friend, not just my best guy friend. I can't wait for life's adventures with you. We said I love you on our 4th date, and after that it was over. I knew I had to keep you forever and never let you go. Drew. Kind of a big deal, Buckley. I promise to laugh at all your dad jokes, even when they aren't funny. I promise to try not to persuade you to order my second pick on the menu and pretend like it's what you wanted. I promise to try harder to learn all the military terms and acronyms you talk about every day. I promise not to give you a hard time for the way you load the dishwasher. But most of all, I promise to always remain by your side, especially when times are toughest. I promise to love and support you and all of our girls and always put our family first. I promise to kiss you and tell you I love you every day and that each kiss will be filled with more love than the last. But most of all, I promise to be yours forever. You are my favorite and I love you.
Babe, when I first met you, I knew there was something special about you. Every bit of stress or worry about life's events seemed to fade away each moment we talked. From our second date, I knew you were the one, and I've spent the last 2 years since having the time of my life. We said from the first month that it feels like we've been together forever, and with each passing day, that only gets stronger. You are without a doubt the most amazing person I've ever met. You light up every room you walk into and have a natural gift of making the rough times seem smooth, the hard times seem easy, and every bit of life enjoyable, even when the odds aren't always in our favor. When I tell you that you truly saved my life, I mean it. It's amazing how just one person can have such an incredible impact on another person's life. You're my best friend and my soulmate, and you warm my soul. There's a saying that I've always told you that said beside every man is a woman rolling her eyes. Honey, you are every bit of that. First, I tried to fight your course corrections as you quietly nudged me in the right direction. I still don't understand why we hand wash dishes before running them again in the dishwasher. But I love you and I'll do it anyway. I don't quite understand half of the stuff you've got me doing sometimes. But I'll do those also, because I absolutely adore you. And if that's what you want, then that's what you'll get. Each day that I'm blessed to wake up next to you is immediately the best day of my life. Thank you for the life you've given me, And with that, I look forward to each passing day, standing right here beside you. Throughout the good times and the inevitable bad, I'll be here. As I know you'll be there for me. We're the quintessential team. We're ride or dies for life. You're the sunshine during my darkest days and the rock that I finally have to steady myself against. Babe, I promise to always ask before going in the store, and not after if you need anything. I promise to ask a second time, right before checking out, just in case you forgot to tell me you did in fact need something. I promise to continue asking you what you want when we're out to eat, and you say the inevitable, well, it's between this or that. I'll always order that, so you can sample mine. I promise to stop loading the washer past its allowable limit when I'm washing clothes. I promise to always lay there beside you as you watch cold case files and never be concerned about all of your research. I promise to stop falling asleep and spilling my bourbon on your new sheets while you watch cold case files. I promise to always be there for you through the good and the bad. I promise to always work on myself and will never stop trying to be a better person. I promise to always listen and be there for you when you need it. I promise to love and cherish our daughters and always be there to support them. And I promise to love and cherish you as if each day was my last and spend every waking moment letting you know that you matter and that I cannot live without you.
As a father and parent, all we ever want is for our kids to be happy. And my daughter is the happiest I've ever seen her, and it's because of Drew. A while back, a couple of years ago, Michelle said, "Dad, I want you to meet my boyfriend." And I thought, okay, do I got to do the fatherly thing and like drill and interrogate this guy? And I says, so I met Drew for dinner and Michelle, and it was very easy. Drew was so calm and such a cool guy, and said, "Oh, this is a good person for my daughter." And I could tell in my daughter's eyes that she was the happiest she's ever been. She just lit up and stuff, and as a father, it just makes you feel really, really good. And then yeah. He's the man. And Michelle has grown up and become a beautiful, deserving young woman, and I'm so happy she found her soulmate. And I'm truly proud of Michelle as a father. She's made me very, very proud and happy. And we've been through a lot of, even though we disagree a lot, hey, we're always there for each other. And there are times where I think I drive her nuts because I'm always calling her, "Hey, daughter, hey, I don't know what the hell is going on with my computer or iPhone." I said, damn. I said, this being a baby boomer is just like not easy. The technology has just like totally left me. And so she's always there to help me and has never let me down. And we've always been able to figure it out. And then when she tells me what it is, and I figure it out and say, damn, that was easy. And also when Michelle told me that Drew was in the Navy, I said, oh my God, this is my chance. This guy's probably a pilot. And I said, man, I may get this, he's probably Top Gun. I said, I may get a chance to fly in a MiG or a jet. And I said, oh shit, I got to get in good with this guy. So it was fine. It was fine. I would probably pass out in the airplane anyway, being my age. That's all right, but hey, it was wishful thinking. As a kid, that was my dream, is to become a pilot anyway. But hey, I almost came close. So, on that note, I promised I'd keep it short. On that note, I just like to, thank everybody, and I want everybody to raise their glasses and toast Drew and Michelle for this beautiful day. And thank you all for spending this beautiful day with my daughter and Drew. I know it means a lot to them, and I know they feel all the love as we all do. So to health, happiness, and love in the future, and to a new journey.
First, before I get started, I just wanted to make a little clarification with Michelle. Okay. You said that Andrew was your best friend. He's mine.
Oh, we can share.
Andrew stood up for me. I was married about 2 months ago. Andrew stood up for me, and he gave a speech, and he made a comment that he had hoped that he would be a fourth the man that I turned out to be. And I just wanted to clarify that somewhere in the 20 years and the 8 deployments and all his career in the Navy, he moved beyond me. He's way more of a man than I'll ever be, and I just wanted to point that out to him. And in our discussions, Andrew and I, when he first met Michelle, like sons will typically do with their dads, they'll talk about their new girlfriends, their new love, and dads will listen, and they'll talk about how wonderful the qualities of that partner that they've met, and how smart and how pretty they are, and how sensible and practical. And dads will just kind of set it aside like it's another story from their son. But at our wedding, Andrew brought Michelle along, and I learned very quickly what a special lady she is. And it was within an hour of the time that I met her, I could see all of those qualities in her, and we are just thrilled to have her as part of our family. So I toast to the two of you.
I just want to say how proud I am of my mom and how she has finally found the one and is happy. Drew always makes us laugh and does so much for my whole family. He will always listen to Nonaby talk about ancestry or even how he will always respect my papa no matter what. The one thing I'm surprised he's managed to do is to blend in my mom's rather crazy friend group. He has such a sweetheart and will never pass up to McDonald's. Thank you for always treating my mom amazing and cheering her up whenever. And as far as my mom, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for always caring for me and my sister when things got tough. I appreciate you so, so much. Though the reason I'm making this speech tonight is to make sure just everybody in this room knows how happy Drew makes my mom. Drew has made not just mine, but also my sister's life so much more interesting, if you know what I mean. But also absolutely amazing. Though I couldn't end this without talking about my new sister, Ashlyn. You mean so much to me. Ever since I met you, you've been cracking jokes 24/7. I will never forget about all of our sleepovers and all our girls' trip to Pismo. After all, you've grown into such a absolutely gorgeous girl, and I love you so much. As for my other sister, Ashlyn, thank you for always supporting me and looking out for me. Now, let's celebrate this happy couple and enjoy this beautiful night. Thank you.
No kidding. Everybody that's here, we love each and every one of you. We truly do. Thank you all for the commitment that you put in. Thank you for everything you put in to help us make this a special day. It means everything to us from the bottom of our heart. Thank you to my beautiful bride. I asked her on day 2 if she needed help and gave her one very poor suggestion, and she quit asking for my help ever since. So I really did nothing.
True. You picked the music.
It's 100% true. But that's why I married her, because she lies and tells me that I'm good at what I do. But no kidding. She did an amazing job setting this up. But I really appreciate everybody for being here. It wouldn't be a special day without you all. So no kidding, from the bottom of our heart to all of you. You guys are all family, and we love each and every one of you. So thank you for being here.